Roberts, head coach Tim Vakakis, coach 4-0 in the season, gets no easier tonight facing the Carver team, 9th-ranked team in the state of Alabama. They come in unbeaten as well. Just your thoughts on this matchup?
They got great athletes, and Coach Carson does a great job with these guys, and we know we're going to get their best. And they want to fight up the ladder of the region just like we do. So they got really good players and they're very well coached. So it's going to be a 12-round heavyweight fight.
Quickly going back to last week, the game versus Chelsea, 22-0 win. Things that you took away from that one?
Well, our kids, they played hard. They started fast. But once we kind of got that lead, it was like we just went on cruise control. And can't do that tonight. You go on cruise control with these cats, and they're going to come back and they're going to match you and then pass you. So, we got to bring intensity from day one, from the first whistle to the last whistle.
What will your message be to your team before you head out?
Just get ready for a heavyweight fight. 12-round heavyweight fight. And that's what it's going to be. That's what we're trying to prepare our minds for. And they're a good football team. They're very well coached, so it's going to be a good game.
Best of luck tonight.
Thanks so much.
All right, we are just about set to go. Jacorian Wren will tee it up. Back deep is DeAnthony Threet. He wears number 6 as well as Ladarius Crenshaw for the Carver Rams. And Jacorian Wren, he's done a nice job of kicking off this year. A lot of his kicks have actually traveled through the end zone. And you want to probably do that here because this Ram special teams unit, a lot of speed. And we're underway. The battle of unbeatens. Fielded and fumbled there at the 9-yard line. Hit by Vontae Bentley and dropped shy of the 15-yard line. Returning it was Ladarius Crenshaw. And Jacoby Moultrie was quick to get down there on special teams as well.
Yeah, Jacoby got down there too. I tell you, that was a line drive of a kick that was tried to field on about the 10-yard line, and he couldn't handle it, and our guys were all over it.
Defensively for the Mustangs tonight, Michael McFarland, Jacorian Wren, Quandarius Robinson are the guys up front. Antonio Spencer, Vontae Bentley, Michael Scales, and Chris Hall are the linebackers. Ahmad Williams, Ernie Polanitz, LeKevin DeBruce, and Markel Williams round out the secondary. The Mustangs coached by Tim Vakakis. Meanwhile, on the other side of the field, it's Roderick Carson, the head man for the Carver Birmingham Rams. We'll get to see Matthew Young. He's a very talented quarterback. 5'11", 150 pounds, but boy, he's got wheels, and he's got guys to throw it to. Looks like Jacorian Wren drawn offside prior to that snap on first down, so it'll be 1st down and 5 for the Rams with just 6 seconds gone by in this region contest for both the Mustangs and the Rams. Trying to stay in a tie for first place with unbeaten Homewood. Young looks to his sideline. They like to throw a lot of screens. And these DBs from Jackson Olin, they're going to have to break down and be disciplined because those guys can go at any time. And the play clock was winding down, so a timeout has had to be called by Roderick Carson. Talking with Tim Vakakis on the field earlier, he was not pleased with his team getting up and then last week not finishing. He said the effort just wasn't there, and we've got to learn to finish games. It was a 22-0 win over Chelsea, but by all accounts, Jackson Olin, the more talented, better football team. He said you're going to have to do that tonight, especially here in Game 5 of this season. You've reached the midway point in region play. You just don't have any room for error.
No, it was such a fast start last week, too. I think we scored on the 3rd play of the game, and things just kind of settled down from there.
5 guys on the line of scrimmage defensively. They handed off on the first play, able to get by Michael Scales. Was the running back, number 28, Lawrence Washington, 5'9", 170-pound junior. Scales had him, but Washington, running hard, was able to pick up 5 yards, and it's a 1st down.
Yeah, Scales hit him at the line of scrimmage. He's going to have to hold on a little bit better than that. And he will. Kind of unusual start to the game. A penalty and then a timeout used for the first play. You don't see that too often.
Young rolling out to throw. Underthrew his wide receiver, Marcus Davis. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
He was actually wide open over there. If the pass would have got to him, it would have been a pretty decent game. Just threw it low. Beautiful night for football.
Yeah, it is. After a hot week, it's going to cool down next week.
Yeah, I think everybody's looking forward to fall.
But a nice breeze blowing here tonight. Partly cloudy skies. The sun is set here in Birmingham. And we're playing football here in Inslee, Alabama. 2nd down and 10. Young fumbled the ball, but he rolls out. He's got pressure. Vontae Bentley got a hold of him. They're going to throw a flag. No, they're going to say that he was outside the tackle box and he had a man in the area. But great pressure pursuit by the Mustang defense led by that guy, Vontae Bentley.
Yeah, Vontae's special, and he just proves it each week. He comes to work, and he is just a special athlete.
There is a flag at the 46-yard line over by the Carver sideline. So the flag was thrown, and that is the call. So the Mustangs take the penalty. We'll replay the down. After the penalty is stepped off, they'll spot it at the 12. And the Rams will need the 34.
Big break for us.
2nd down and 22. Carver will line up 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. See if they overload that way and then come back this way. No, they're going to throw. It's a quick screen. One of their playmakers, Marcus Davis, but it was well defended. Chris Hall as well as Vontae Bentley right there. Read it perfectly. It'll be 3rd down and 22.
Looked like Michael McFarland that time put a little pressure on the throw. Beautifully defended.
Tonight the Mustangs going with their Kelly Green, I guess, retro helmet now that we've got the chrome helmets this year.
Yeah, kind of change it up a little bit. I like the numbers on the helmet a little bit, too.
The first time we've seen that this season. So the Rams faced with 3rd and very long. And we'll see what Roderick Carson calls in from their sideline as Young drops back to throw. And he's going to step up. He's got pursuit. Throws it.
Right to our guy.
Chris Hall. It was right to Chris Hall, and he dropped it.
Landrum, I believe he'd have walked in the end zone on that one. Nice defensive stand by our defense, forcing the punt. Ooh, I bet Chris Hall wants that one back.
So on a punt for the Rams, Andy Baltazar. That might have been partially blocked. Everybody getting away from it. We'll take a look at the replay, but it'll be great field position for the Mustang offense when they hit the field for the first time tonight. We'll give you the starting lineups when we come back. No score. Jackson, Olin, and Carver. It's a region battle of unbeatens. We're back on the Mustang Football Network. Welcome back. First time we see the Mustang offense tonight. Brandon Ward, the sophomore captain tonight. Joined alongside David Robertson, his tailback. They're going to hand it off to Robertson.
Ooh.
And he is slung down in the backfield immediately. A nice play by defensive lineman Corey Hutcherson. Gain of maybe half a yard, but not much after that.
Yeah, there was nothing there on that play. Never had a chance.
Slide it out to Tony. Tony getting away from one man. He's very elusive. 4-yard pickup on second down. It'll be third down and 6.
Yeah, Tony did a good job of getting away from the guy that came up on him immediately for probably a little bit of a loss, and he was able to turn that into a positive.
After looking at the replay on that deflected kick, it was Antonio Spencer. David Robertson, nothing there. They tried the middle, and the Carver Rams were ready for it. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And now Kentrell Calhoun comes on the field. It'll be fourth down.
Carver defensive line early is equal to the task.
Five wide receivers. Who jumped first? Was it the defensive lineman?
Yeah, I think so. It looked like it to me anyway. We'll see. He acted guilty anyway, didn't he?
Yep, that's the call. Offside. So the heavy package comes in now for Jackson Olin. Instead of a 4th down and 7, they're staring at a 4th down and we'll call it 2. It's more like 1.5. Vontae Bentley lines up. He's going to try the hard count.
Did we get it again?
The heavy cadence, something about that guy wearing number 2, whether it's his physical build or just the way that he barks. The Rams drawn offside again. It's a break for J.O. Fresh set of downs as they spot the ball inside the 20-yard line.
Well, that's 10 yards on 2 offsides for the first down.
Got a battle of the bands so far early in this game. David Robertson up the middle. David Robertson to the 5-yard line on first down. A 12-yard pickup for the senior Mustang running back.
I tell you what, that time he got a big block from Travion Pickens and Aubrey Allen and Eli Johnson right up the middle, and it was a nice, nice run.
Michael Scales, Jacorian Wren joining Vontae Bentley in the wild Mustang, if you will, or the Bentley formation. Vontae Bentley in. Touchdown. 5 yards out. Vontae Bentley would not be denied. It's 6-0 Mustangs. 8:07 left here in the first quarter, and this crowd loves it.
Hey, it was a nice hole on the right side, and he virtually just walked in untouched. Very nice call. Looked like we might have jumped. I'm not really sure if we're drawn off or if we went on and jumped off. Yeah, we jumped. So we'll just make it a little bit more difficult down there on the goal line there, Landrum, for the 2.
Changes things up, so Bentley comes off the field, and Tank Ward in there. He's got A.J. Toney. It's one of his slot receivers lined up this side. Kentrell Calhoun lined up on the near side. He wears number 19. Tank looking to the sideline. Tank's going to throw it out there. A.J. made a man miss, but couldn't make another guy. Tell you what, that spin move is so good. But give credit to the defender there, Javian Reed, number 38, the linebacker for the Rams. He broke down and made a tackle with a guy that's hard to tackle, and A.J. Toney. 6-0, 8:07 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, anytime you could bring A.J. down with minimal game at best, I mean, you are really doing a good job because he is so elusive with his moves. As you said, Landrum, he made a move, and the first guy missed him, got away, and then the second guy came up and secured the tackle. See if the defense could hold him again here. Came out the first drive and really did a nice job. I think Carver lost yardage on that drive, and defense up to the task.
And the ball going out of bounds. That'll be a flag, so the Rams probably will elect to take the field position for their second offensive possession of the night.
Another nice crowd tonight, Landrum. They're still coming, too, I believe. Yeah, Carver's going to start this drive on the 39. Looks like Carver is ready now to call a play. The handoff up, the ball's out.
Recovered by the Mustangs. It was number 13 coming up with a football, Ahmad Williams, the senior. And the first turnover tonight, the Mustangs will try to capitalize and add on this first quarter lead with 8 minutes to go in the opening frame.
I think he was hit that time by Quadarius Robinson and Jacorian Wren, and I don't know who popped the ball loose, doesn't matter, but number 13, Ahmad Williams, was right there to recover, giving the Mustangs the ball on the Carver 42.
David Robertson running hard. Carver trying to strip it, but Robertson able to get 4, maybe 5 yards there on the first down carry.
Yeah, not much there, although it was a good pot. I tell you what, I'm going to take that back. He got a good 4 yards, so there was a little yardage there. Nice push by the offensive line that time. Got about 2 yards up the middle that time, David Robinson did. So we got third. It looks like about 4. As checking into the game for the first time is number 21, Kason Jones, the freshman, who has done a really good job this year. Gives us a nice little 1-2 punch in the backfield. He breaks it outside.
Jones bounces it to the outside, inside the 30, still trying to drive forward. He's got his first down plus a couple more. They'll spot him down at the 28. But I like what this offensive line is doing early on in moving that Ram defense, those guys up front, imposing their will.
Yeah, and the Ram defensive line is they've got nice size too. Our kids are just coming out, pushing them back and getting a push on. Running back's able to get some yardage as the freshman stays in.
Kaysen Jones able to find a little bit of daylight, which seemed to be a play that would go for nothing. That's what we love about the freshman Kaysen Jones.
Yeah, he put a little stutter step on, gave the line a chance to move their guys back, and he gains 3 yards.
Jones again. Jones to the outside. Kentrell Calhoun. It was the guy that tripped him up. That was his wide receiver who had fallen to the ground. But he might have been grabbed by his face mask.
He was. I think he was pulled to the ground. I'd be shocked if there was any other call. Their defensive back grabbed number 19, I believe it was, and pulled him to the ground. So it's a nice gain on the play anyway. Let's see if we get more.
Yeah, they'll step it off inside the 10-yard line to the 9 after the face mask. So first down and goal, Mustangs. 6:01 left here in the first quarter of play.
Yeah, Cantrell was right there making a nice block, and the defender was trying to get off of him and grabbed his face mask. Coach Fakak is trying to get the band to quit, slow down a little bit.
Robertson bounces it the other way. Robertson still on his feet, running hard. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard, Pete.
Yeah, that's tough running right there. That was no go. You get down to that goal line, it gets tough.
Timeout on the field, 5:33 to play in the first quarter. J.O. looking to add to their lead. We'll take it with them. You're watching Jackson Olin football here on the Mustang Network. All right, after the timeout, Jackson Olin ready. Tank Ward joined by David Robertson there in the backfield. It's A.J. Tony going in motion. They fake the handoff to Tony. It's David Robertson ahead. He's to the 5. A gain of 4. So it'll be third down and goal from the 5-yard line. 5:15 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was a nice little push that time to get us down to the 5.
It's Vontae Bentley lining up again. I think Carver might have jumped offside again.
They did. You are right, partner. So it's half the distance.
So from about the 3, Vontae Bentley. He's right there at the goal line.
Oh, he's got to be inches.
He's close. Got to get these points right here, Pete.
Yes, we do. We can't leave anything on the table tonight.
It's Vontae into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. 4:15 remaining here in the first quarter. And the 12 points scored in this one belonging to the guys wearing the Kelly green and gold.
Yeah, that's nice to come out and really establish things right here early in this game with the defense playing so well and the offense starting to move the ball a little bit. And, of course, that's really a tough task for Carver to stop Bentley down there on the goal line like that with all those big guys in there pushing their guys back.
The Mustang kicker, A.J. Toney, always dangerous, will be the holder. Antonio Spencer to snap it back. Kaysen Jones lines up out this way. Everybody else the other way. Throws it. Touchdown. Excuse me, 2-point conversion. And guess who it was? It was the guy who snapped the ball, Antonio Spencer. Well-designed play by Tim Vakakis. 4:14 left. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 14-0 Mustangs.
That was very exciting there. I mean, you know, they lined up with some deception, and the guy that snapped the ball scores the extra point, the 2 points.
You know, I was a deep snapper, but they never sent me out on a route.
You'd love that. Would you be doing your dance?
I'd do something. Coach Tim Vakakis was also a deep snapper, and I can promise you he never got to run a route.
Yeah. So with 4:14, Landrum, good guys up 14-0.
Jacorian Wren will kick it off. Good kick from Jacorian.
Looked like it
Return
took him to
man
the end zone.
Had 1 foot in the end zone.
And he was right there watching it, wasn't he?
Brings it out. But he's brought down at the 26-yard line. So actually, would have worked out either way.
Well, that's true, but what's the proper call? To let him run it out? I thought if your momentum took you in, it was whistle dead.
All right, Matthew Young and the Ram D offense back on the field. Gonna hand it off.
Nothing.
Not much. He does get some push, does the running back. Lawrence Washington might have gotten 3, maybe 4 yards after it looked like he was going to be initially stopped for no gain.
Looked like Jamal Abrams was there right on the stop. A little help from Michael Scales and Q.
Washington this way, nothing there. Great pursuit. That was Chris Young as well as Quandarius Robinson.
I tell you what, I think that was Chris Hall that came up very quick, wasn't it?
And the officials huddling. Couldn't see a flag right there at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, there sure is. Wonder what this is about. We'll see shortly. The chop block, that's always dangerous. It should always be called.
You and Notre Dame coach Brian Kelly, I tell you what.
Well, you got something. I mean, you were, as a snapper.
That was an illegal chop block.
All right, is the word illegal make it different?
That was not a legal play. What the Vanderbilt players were doing against Notre Dame actually was legal. There's a difference.
They put up a valiant effort, the Commodores.
Now the chain crew having to assess the penalty and move the chains. It'll be 2nd down and 20. Played 32 minutes and we still have 3+ minutes left in this first quarter. Young dropping back He's got some pressure. Robinson trying to track him down from behind. He's going this way. Underthrows his receiver once again. Marcus Davis. This will be 3rd down and 20 for the Carver Rams. Good look at Jamal Abrams along with Michael McFarland. Quandarius Robinson wearing number 6. Young dropping back. He's got wheels. Slowed up for just a second. Scales there to bring him down. Michael Scales from his linebacker position drops Matthew Young, and the Rams send the punting unit on the field. So early on, the Jackson Olin defense has responded, Pete.
I'll tell you, that line of ours is really doing a great job putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback and forcing him out of the pocket. When he's able to get a pass on, he's not too accurate, usually low in the ground.
Baltazar. Will he kick it to number 7? Isaiah Harris is back there as well. Now he's going that other way. He angles it beautifully. But the ball actually went out of bounds, they say, at the 45-yard line of Carver. So great field position starting out for the JO offense once again. They'll try to keep the momentum going. 2:02 left here in the first quarter, and the Mustangs leading 14-0. A jam-packed house here at Mustang Stadium here on the campus of Jackson Olin High School. Pete Triantis, Landrum Roberts, the Eagle Productions crew. Glad that you could join us this week. The Mustangs try to remain unbeaten on the season, ranked 6th in the state in Class 6A, but you know as well as I do, rankings at this point, that means absolutely nothing. That's fan fodder.
Yes, it is. And as long as we keep doing our job, all that'll take care of itself.
That's exactly right. Plenty of tough games left, including this one.
Yes, this game's far from over. We moved.
Yep. Moving on the Jackson Olin offensive line.
So that'll back us up 5 yards. Landrum, early on here with penalties, I'm guessing that Carver probably has a negative yardage tonight with the penalties included.
Tank Ward hands it off to Kaysen Jones. Kaysen with a stutter step, drives ahead, gets 2 yards. He's driven back, but his forward progress had him at the 48, and a late flag comes in as Kentrell Calhoun seemed to be jawing with Chad Tarbert, the cornerback for the Rams. Had to be separated by the official. Looked like it was after the play. If I can read lips, we'll see what the call is. I think it's going to go against the Carver Rams. They'll march off 15 yards. Nope. I'm terrible at reading lips. No, I was right about the 15 yards. Just who it was against, I totally blew that one. So Calhoun picks up the unsportsmanlike.
So it started off promising on the Carver 45, is now back to the JO, what's that, the 37?
37-yard line, that's where they spot it. You have to get all the way down. As you mentioned, to the Carver 35 as Tony goes in motion. They're going to hand it to Tony. Tony made one guy miss. Unable to make a couple of more Rams miss, and a late flag comes in now.
Starting to get sloppy here.
Carver sideline cheering, so this one might go against the Mustangs. Okay, so he pointed back towards Jackson Olin. I'm going to predict again this one is going.
Well, you're right, because they're marking it off
JL.
against Jackson Olin. Let's see what it's about. Another unsportsmanlike. That's 2 in a row.
35 yards and penalties for Jackson Olin on this drive.
Yeah, that's
2 of them unsportsmanlike, and those are the worst.
That is not good. I think right now with first and a mile, what do you do? Just kind of play a little ball control and punt it back to them? I don't know what you do
Just
here.
keep running your offense.
Yeah.
David Robertson back in the game at running back. Number 9 gets the call. Able to get around one man and not another. Sensational play on the outside. Coming up to make the stick was Malik Ware, and he hog-tied him and brought him down after Robertson was able to pick up 4. It'll be 2nd down and forever.
I think the main thing here is just play steady, tough football, and hold on to that ball. No turnovers here. And don't compound the issue. He's trying to change the down to 3rd down mark. The marker on the sideline had it at 2nd. And the referee's changing it to 3rd.
Isaiah Harris. Harris driven back. The Rams stop him for no gain. So what looked promising starting out at the 45-yard line after the defense held. 2 unsportsmanlike penalties. An illegal procedure. And now Mustangs will have to punt from their own 12-yard line. Maybe the 14 is A.J. Toney is back deep.
Well, they flipped the field on us. We were in great shape there now.
Got to be careful.